I think it would be good to start with some of these news stories and trailers chat that we got. This was actually sent to me. This was kind of impromptu, but we can go ahead and talk about it. Toshiba, welcome to the stream, Toshiba. Hope you're doing very well. Welcome. Got so many good people in here. Bat Boys crashed through my computer screen. No, my computer screen, I need that. It's expensive. But we can go ahead and start with this first story. This is from The Wrap. And the title of this is Warner Bros. Cooked HBO Max subscriber numbers, misled shareholders in Discovery merger, lawsuit claims. Oh, shit. Warner Bros. Cooked its HBO Max subscriber numbers as many as 10 million. Wow. It misled shows in other ways that violate the Securities Act to complete its merger of Discovery, according to a class action lawsuit. The claims could potentially represent hundreds of thousands of plaintiffs. Oh, my God. The lawsuit was filed last Friday in New York on behalf of the Collinsville Police Pension Board, Illinois-based shareholder of Warner Bros. Discovery stock. Okay. Which it accepted in trade for its pre-merger Class C common Discovery shares. At the time of the merger, Discovery shares were valued at $24.78. It was Tuesday. WD shares were trading just above 11. Oh, Jesus. The lawsuit names Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav and CFO Gunnar Wenfels as defendants. Wow. WBD did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Jesus Christ. The lawsuit says that among several other adverse information being kept hidden, the merging companies overstayed the subscriber base for HBO Max. Warner Media was improvidently concentrating its investments in streaming and ignoring its other business lines. Overstated the number of subscribers to HBO Max by as many as 10 million subscribers. That's a lot. By including as subscribers AT&T customers who had received bundled access to HBO Max but had not signed onto the service. Oh, yeah. More than 700 million shares of WBD were issued to Discovery Common and preferred shareholders pursuant to the merger, the lawsuit states, meaning hundreds of thousands of people could potentially join the federal securities class action filed in the New York Federal District Court. Discovery and the Warner Media division of AT&T announced their merger plans in May 2021, closed this year in April 8th. Yeah, that's right. Lawsuit says registration statement and prospectus and certain of the defendants' other public statements contain untrue statements of material fact or omitted to state material facts required to be stated there and are necessary to make the statements there and not misleading. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of word salad right there, Chad. It's seeking a jury trial for monetary damage, alleging 3 separate Securities and Exchange Commission violations. Well, this is bad. This is not good. Again, it kind of goes to show you that David Zaslav, kind of a piece of shit of a human being, by the sounds of it, Chad. A really unscrupulous businessman, in my opinion. If this proves to be true, and that they misled like thousands of people, Chad, and lost a lot of people a lot of money, it's terrible. This is terrible, and it's just another case of another terrible David Zaslav decision where now allegedly you're lying to hundreds, if not thousands of people. It's like, Jesus Christ, to make this merger, which in my opinion has not been going very well, happen. Yeah, I mean that's my take on it. This is another terrible situation that David Zaslav has gotten Warner Bros. Discovery in, chat. And well, I'm sure we'll see this, story continue to evolve over time. But I'm shocked to hear this, but at the same time, I'm also not surprised. It's like, well, this seems to be par for the course. Basically, everything that's going on and how Zaslav is treating, so many creators, hundreds of thousands of, creators who work for Warner Brothers. Chat. It's just that this is just a huge mess. This is a cornucopia of shit at the moment, chat. And yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, it would potentially could Warner Bros. Discovery be dissolved if they had to owe all these people all this fucking money? They could barely put 2 movies in the theater for the rest of the year, chat. Don't Worry, Darling, which bad movie in my opinion, and then they have Black Adam, which comes out in a couple weeks. It's like, geez, it's this horrible state for Warner Bros. Right now, or Warner Bros. Discovery, or Discovery Bros. As I call them now at this point. But what about you guys? How do you feel about this story? This to me is just an absolute huge mess. And Dave Zaslav is at the top. He's the cherry on top of a shit sundae, in my opinion, Jeff. Sell DC ASAP. Zaslav was a fool. Says Edgy Berserker. I like that. He's a Zaslav, the fool. He's a fucking jabroni. Very nice. I feel that Zaslav deserves every terrible thing that's hopefully coming to him. Yeah, we're about to see. You mean break up the Discovery Warner Bros. Merger? I mean, potentially. The company just files for bankruptcy based on all this. John Campia's been a big old Zaslav shit. Oh, John Campia? Oh. Nail in the coffin. Good. See Rob Zombie's The Monsters. We'll be talking about Rob Zombie's The Monsters just a bit, Devin. And they were forced to watch Black Adam. There was much rejoicing. Old white dude's fucking up. I'm shocked. Shocked! Not that shocked. Viper Fox became the Fry Futurama meme for a moment. Was Discovery ever necessary to merge with? They got their scripted classics and plenty of animal documentaries. I should have been fine with HBO Max's content and want my primal stuff. I mean, listen, Warner Bros. Even before the Discovery merger, Warner Bros. Was definitely having issues. You know, whole thing of putting that day-and-day release, that did not help things. Like, they were, they had a lot of problems, right? And, I think, the thinking was with this merger, you have this guy come in here and all of his people come in there and he kind of rights the ship. But, right now, it doesn't seem that's what's happening. If anything, he seems to be gutting it. See, this is also, it makes sense now, like when people were talking about the story like last week, that the only reason why they did this was because David Zaslav and all of his people were basically going to gut Warner Brothers like a fish and get rid of the things that they feel like aren't working or they don't want to be a part of the brand and then sell it to Universal at a much lower price. But they earn more money. They individually earn more money. And so that's what people have been saying and people have been concerned about. Now it's like seemingly that seems to be the case. or it's more information that we've been getting that seems to be indicating that what people have been saying in regards to Universal possibly buying them. So, not great. Not very good. Not very good. Also, like a mess, Sister Sheba. However, I like Black Adam trailer. I think the Black trailer, I'm not, it doesn't reflect on Black Adam's quality or anything like that. I'm not going to bring that into the movie, I looked at Black Adam trailer. I was like, oh, it looks fine. It looks okay. It definitely is borrowed from a number of superhero films that we've seen, especially Iron Man. A lot of Iron Man in that movie. But we'll see. We'll see. That movie's been in some form of development production for decades at this point. Nearly 20 years. The movie was announced before, I want to say, Iron Man came out. I think it was announced right before either during or right after Batman Begins. So, it's interesting, chat. It's interesting. We'll eventually see. JT Grimm, good to see you, JT. Murders always include cuts to Streamline coming true. However, in Discovery Bros' case, those cuts were the wrong cuts. They're proving to be way too good. Yeah, costly. Yeah, plus the stuff that we like. It's a goddamn shame, chat. Announced in 2005, so Batman Begins. Holy fucking shit. What's the bomb? Like, it does feel a little generic. It does have that look to it. But I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to check it out. I like Shazam. I like the Shazam, the first movie, and even though I know it's not the same creative team and all that, but, Black Adam is a, Shazam Captain Marvel character, and so I was like, okay, all right, let's see how this all kind of, works together, but if it even does, I don't know. But I'll give it a shot. I'm going to see it. I'm going to check it out, Chad. Yes. Oh, this merger shouldn't have happened in the first place. Too many media companies merging together. We live in the age of the Infinity Train's vengeance. Oh, Infinity Train's so goddamn good, Chad, which is now impossible to watch or find anywhere. Unless you pirate it. Or you pay for it on YouTube, I think, per episode. Like, wasn't it $1 per episode? I don't know. Did they make him an anti-hero? I'm not going to like it. Yeah, it'd be kind of annoying. I like him to be a villain, but it's also Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And it's rare for him to play like a villain. He's done it before. He has done it before, like in Doom. But it kind of comes out of nowhere. And that one it was like, wait, why are you the villain all of a sudden? Doesn't make any sense. And also in Pain and Gain. He was not a particularly good person in that. Yes. Was he the villain in Get Smart? It's been so long since I've seen Get Smart, I forgot he was in that movie. I totally forgot. I believe you, though. Yeah, we'll see, chat. We'll see. But yeah, this is concerning news, to say the least, in regards to the whole kerfuffle that is going on at Discovery Bros. But hey, people on YouTube, let me know what you think of this situation. What do you want to see happen to Warner Bros. Discovery, David Zaslav? Do you want him to get out of there? I mean, I don't know. I do. I just, Jesus Christ, it's like, I just don't understand how, even before this whole merger happened, David Zaslav happened, I mean, Warner Bros. Had some of the biggest properties ever. Harry Potter, DC, stuff like The Matrix, and time and time again, they messed up, stumbled constantly. It's so frustrating how they can produce such schlock. Not to say that there has been good movies, of course there have, coming from Warner Brothers, but man, a lot of their genre content has been suffering for years, Chad. And it's just because of incompetence, blatant incompetence, and putting people in charge who have no idea what they're doing. It's a goddamn shame. But we'll see what happens, chat. We'll see what happens.